Hello, air signs. Welcome back. This is your reading for the last 2 weeks of October. We're going to take a look into the cards and see if I can't get you some guidance, some confirmations, messages that you may need going into the last 2 weeks of the month. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in any of those placements, then this reading could be for you. Remember, it's general. If it doesn't apply, let it go. Sorry, wasn't for you. If you guys need your own personal reading, all that information in the description below. You can also get coaching. And don't forget, the Alchemy program is now open. Guys, we're going to be taking a look. Our live call is this Sunday, and we're taking a look at the full moon in Aries and how that's affecting us, what it's drawing up to the surface, as well as I'm going to be giving you information on the new moon coming up at the end of October and what that's drawing into our awareness. So without further ado, air signs, let's jump into your reading and find out what's in store for you for the last 2 weeks of October. All right, so first let's go into your reading and find out through the sacred geometry cards what frequency is most important to air signs to bring into the forefront of their awareness for the last 2 weeks of October. What do air signs need to know? All right, we have the Divine Feminine. All right, so the frequency of the Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So the feminine energy, this is all about your intuitive gifts. This is all about the side of you that is very compassionate, very nurturing, giving back to self. Also, it's your ability to connect to the realms beyond this physical one right here. So why is the feminine energy coming up for you guys right now? Other than why not, right? It's an amazing frequency. So the last 2 weeks of October is saying that what it wants to bring into your awareness right now is the feminine aspects of yourself. Okay, this is for men and women. We all have feminine energy within us, and looking to more of the emotional and expressive side of us emotionally, the spiritual aspects of us that really want to go more into the shadow self. Okay, the feminine energy is also represented by the moon. Got the full moon coming up at the wow. Okay, whoa. Oh, how interesting. Okay, so you guys have 3 fairy cards that have kind of flown out. So we have List of the Shadows has come up. We have the Green Woman, and we have the Journeyman that has also come up, which is very much like the Fool card energy. Okay, there's a lot of similarities to the Fool card here. The Green Woman is fantastic energy, and I love that she's come up with the Divine Feminine energy here. In this order here that they've kind of come out, all 3, even though they've all come out together, this was the sequence that they came out in. And List of the Shadows is about, she kind of comes into the darkness. Like I said, like the feminine energy is all about needing to go into more of the shadow aspects of yourself, taking a look into the areas that many of us may not want to present to the world. So for instance, your masculine energy, if we think about the sun and the moon, okay, the sun represents the masculine energy. The sun is representative of everything that we want people to see, everything that we want people to know about us. And the moon aspect, the feminine aspect sometimes, are the parts of us that we're not so willing to let people see. It's the deeper, darker parts of us. And the Green Woman is, with her coming up with List of the Shadows, you know, she's all about this wild, untapped energy source within you that is so like it's just so abundant in nature. It could be explosive in some ways, the growth, or you may want to be like you know how she's like putting her hands over the head of this this plant animal thing, and it's almost like she's trying to contain it. But I'm getting a sense here, air signs, that you're going through something that's requiring you to really take a look more into the shadow aspects of yourself, and that perhaps you've been trying to contain that aspect for some time, but I really think it's pushing itself to the surface now. I'm feeling it's really pushing itself below the ground, up through like you know, when we think of the ground and the roots are below it, we can't see what the roots are, but it's shooting up now. It's shooting up as a plant might, to be to take in the rain, to take in the sunlight, and something needs to be brought more into the light, so to speak. And with the journeyman coming up here, it's also the journeyman starts. It's about taking a leap of faith and getting ready to go about a new adventure in some ways. It doesn't necessarily mean, though, that you're starting something new. The journeyman can represent a new beginning, but it can also represent a progression along a path, okay? So there may be something here that's resembling progression of something that you've already been working on, or perhaps you're getting ready to embark on something completely new. I'm going to be putting the cards like this, but I'm going to go into the book here just to get a few more details, see if anything's kind of popping out to me with lists of the shadows here. Healing the shadows, bondage, self-esteem. These are all key words here with lists of the shadows. She's trying to help you develop your own self-respect and your own self-esteem. That's why she comes in. So she's the inspiration for the first wobbly steps taken by a damaged soul toward healing. So there's this idea of healing. So with divine feminine energy coming in, it is all about healing the more emotional, wounded aspects of ourselves, the parts of us that... It's the parts that no one else sees, okay? That really keeps wanting to come through here. There's something that you air signs are dealing with or discovering that hasn't really been seen by many people, and it's now coming to the surface within you. And it's also about not just you bringing your own awareness to it, but it's also a time to express it. Like, I'm feeling there's this need to express something emotionally, whether it's to friends, family, a loved one. Something's coming up here. Her presence in a reading indicates that something has seemed lost, and fixed in that loss is now open to healing. So something that has been kind of feeling broken within you or felt like it's been lost from you, it's now coming to the surface to be healed. When we have the green woman coming up here, the key words here for her are wildness, natural magic, expectant gratitude, and untrammeled creativity, okay? So that's why I'm like, there could be some sort of like growth spurt you're about to go to that's going to completely like take you by surprise. That it could just have this something that's just growing wildly, and it can't be stopped, it can't be tamed, is kind of what energy I'm getting. So I'm getting this sense, air signs, that you're going to be going through something here that's requiring something to be healed. And the healing process is going to happen with such a growth impact on yourself that it's going to take you into places you didn't even know. Like, it's going to really take you by surprise. And it's something that's like a train that you can't stop. You just get off the tracks, or you're going to get taken out. Like, it's just something you're going to have to go with. Like, go with the flow, move with it. Don't try to stop it, is what I'm feeling. So this card also comes up to tell us to attend to ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to be there. So there are things that you're going to be that are going to be revealed to you through these last 2 weeks of October. That is, the guidance here is tend to it, tend to those parts within you. Don't stuff it down anymore. So see how she's trying to like hold this, contain it down. Don't do that anymore. Whatever, if you've been doing that in the past, that's not what you want to be doing now. Because with the journeyman coming up, I get the sense that you are embarking on something either new or it's progressing you forward in a way that you need that progression. With the journeyman coming up, the key words here are adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travels. So some of you may be traveling, you may be going somewhere, you may be think of it though, like traveling, it doesn't necessarily mean traveling across the globe. Like it could be that, like you may be embarking on some sort of kind of like an eat, pray, love journey. But for most of you though, this journey, this travel, it's about traveling the path you've yet to travel. So walking a path that you never expected yourself to really step onto, and you find yourself here now. Yeah, you know, there's something about this energy that's kind of coming up here that I'm picking up on, especially with the untrammeled creativity here with the green woman, this idea of wild growth, that you're going to be on this path that you just really, it's not going to be all roses. It's not going to be completely paved. It's going to be a completely unexpected path to you. And you're going to be meeting people along the way. Like, there are going to be little characters that come up along the way as you start to go into this growth that are going to really surprise you. Unexpected encounters with people are going to surprise you. There is also this, I feel that, you know, when we're going into the healing parts of us and we're trying to like go within our shadows, there's a part of us that can be a little bit timid, a little bit scared. But with this card coming up, there's also a part of you that is a little bit excited, a little bit keen on doing this. Like, there's a little sparkle of the unknown that's a little bit exciting to you. It's kind of luring you in a little bit, I want to say. It's very interesting. So air signs, it's feeling like there's this growth spurt of healing that you're going to be going through that requires you to really kind of tune into the more emotional side of you, the more spiritual side of you, that requires healing, going into the darker shadows, but also with it brings some sort of spurt of growth, wild spurt of growth that just can't be tamed. And within this growth, it's sparking this desire to step forward on a new path. I don't know what that path is. Okay, wow. Okay, first card out of the deck that just flew out. The Devil. Okay, so this energy, oh gosh, why do I feel like this card came up in your last reading? The Devil. Did it come up in your last reading? The Devil energy, it's about this idea of feeling trapped, feeling in bondage about something, obsessing over something. So I'm just being really called to, with this card, when I'm looking at it, the door being open of the cage that you're in and feeling trapped. And I think where I'm getting the sense of this energy with this card, air signs, is that the door's been open the entire time, but you've been so kind of scared to look in the shadows. You've been so scared to kind of really go there. And you haven't even noticed that the door's been open the whole time for you. And I'm getting the sense that you're now starting to realize that, and you're getting ready to step out of this feeling of being trapped. Okay, what other messages do we have here? Wow, the cards are just flipping out. So we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the World in reverse. So the Knight of Wands. Yeah, okay, so with the Knight of Wands, it's falling under this green woman too. The Knight of Wands energy is very passionate. It's very fiery, like rushes in, rushes out, rushes in, rushes out. kind of flighty, not always committal. When with the World card coming out with it too, the World represents cycles not being closed, some sort of, something's not complete here. Okay. Okay, so the message that's kind of really coming through with these two cards together is that you may have, air signs, been kind of flighty about how you're committing to your own healing, and it hasn't allowed you to fully close out a cycle here. And I'm getting a sense that this is kind of some of the energy that's kept you in this devil cage of like rushing in then rushing out. It's like you're gonna test the waters, but then you're gonna like jump right back out and you're like, oh no, I'm not swimming in there. I'm not swimming in there. And you kind of turn your back on it. And because of it, it's not getting the job done. And I'm getting this sense from this energy here, because as you have the Journeyman, which is a very strong new beginning type of card, or at least progression, okay? So even if this is something where you're getting ready to close out a cycle so that you can start this new one, I'm getting a sense that this is kind of the energy that's kind of coming to a close of this non-committal energy. Like just in some days, out other days, kind of feel the passion sometimes, but then it's like you get caught up in something else and you easily forget about it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of what I'm picking up here. Okay, what other messages do we have for air signs? What other messages do we have for air signs for the last 2 weeks of October? What do they need to know? What needs to be brought into their awareness? Okay, that one really wanted to come out. So 5 of Swords in reverse. So I'm getting the sense, air signs, that there's been a battle here, a battle of the mind. Again, with this devil energy coming up here, I'm not surprised that we have this. When the 5 of Swords is upright, it can sometimes just be like, this could be a battle within your own mind of like fighting, you know, the little angel and the devil on the shoulder. In some ways, this could just be you kind of like battling back and forth with should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? I want to move forward. No, I don't. I want to move forward. No, I don't. Like that kind of energy, but it's in reverse and it's kind of getting released here. So it's showing that this is the energy that wants to be released. And this, I'm getting the sense too, like that's what this energy within this devil was. Okay, this devil card that's coming up. Okay, what other messages do we have here for air signs? Okay. We have the 6 of Cups and the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. So with the Page of Cups in reverse and the 6 of Cups, this is talking about 6 of Cups could be referring to like children. It could be referring to a soulmate connection that you're dealing with here. You could have been someone who's kind of in and out of something non-committal because of children. Maybe you're putting children before you, or this 6 of Cups. If you don't have children, this could be more of like, I'm getting the sense that it's like a soulmate connection. I'm also with the Page of Cups in reverse that either messages of love weren't well received, either you didn't receive them or someone else didn't receive them from you in a soulmate connection, and that this kind of is sparking some sort of healing now. that this is kind of like part of the root of it that's kind of sparking this healing of needing to go in here with List of the Shadows and really allowing something to kind of like come through, break through the surface. Okay, get out from the darkness and really start to take light. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. With this non-committal energy, air signs, maybe you. So either you weren't committed to someone, or you may be dealing with someone who's non-committal. Or like this may not even involve anyone else, like I was talking about in the beginning. This could just be you. This just could be like your energy. And perhaps if this is just like, you know, a solo kind of reading here, with the Page of Cups in reverse, I'm getting a sense that you're holding some guilt over something. And it has to do with perhaps something from your past. Okay, something from the past. This card definitely signals past. Could be childhood. Something from your childhood that you're holding resentment or guilt or something over. Or again, if this is referring to someone, it could be like a soulmate. Either someone's kind of done you wrong, or you've done someone wrong, something here. And it kind of pulls into this like energy of like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And I just getting a sense that you're ready to relieve yourself of that energy, okay? Because with all these cups coming up in the Divine Feminine, like something needs to be expressed. Something really needs to be expressed here. Okay, what other messages do you have for air signs? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So, whoa. Well, this is a heavy reading, air signs. You got the Four of Wands in reverse and the Tower card. So someone's foundation is getting shook. Okay, something is happening here because the Four of Wands is all about like stability within the family, stability within like a relationship. It just speaks of like really happy times, really strong foundations within the family, and it's upside down. It is not in a power position, and it's the Tower that's coming in with it. So when you have the Tower card coming in here, I mean, the message is very strong. It's like something is getting like broken down here. I feel like you guys had the Tower in the last reading too. Did you guys have the Tower in last month's reading? Something here is like streaming in here. From the beginning of the month then. I do get a sense, air signs, that there's some sort of awakening coming in here for you, or again, if you're dealing with someone here, there's some sort of awakening coming in here, and it's because the foundation wasn't strong. Now, this foundation that may not be strong could have something to do with this past childhood energy here. Okay? If this is something to do with your past, from in your childhood, that has caused you a lot of something that you feel really regretful or resentful over, some sort of sadness or grief, some sort of like, I'm feeling like these messages are trying to break through the surface here with List of the Shadows, okay? Something here, but it's really for a greater good here. When you have the Green Woman coming up, it's telling me that there's something within you that's really fertile, in a sense of like your own growth. And with the Tower card, it leads me to believe this has got a huge kind of like more of awakening kind of an energy with it. And oftentimes awakenings come when things need to get broken down. Let's see if we have any more messages here for air signs for the last 2 weeks of October. So that's why there's this big call here for you air signs to really go into more of the emotional aspect, your divine feminine energy. Yeah, okay, so Palace of Cups. So this deck in particular has 4 extra cards. It has the Palace cards that traditional tarot doesn't have. And this is speaking to the environment. So this is speaking to the environment of your emotions. Your emotions are heavily playing a role in the last 2 weeks of October. This idea of either you're going to be in surroundings that trigger a lot of emotions or needing to bring stuff to the surface. It could be that it's invoking some sort of love to the surface within you. I do feel, actually, air signs, that there's like this awakening of the heart for the healing to come forth. And this card is really important if there's healing coming in, that you have that nurturing aspect in your environment. So you may be called to bring people into your life that can be nurturing to you at this time, to help you through whatever this is that's kind of breaking the surface now. No more can it be contained. Whoa, that almost... Wow, okay, and just now on the 9 of Cups, okay? So this is about your wish fulfillment. This is about, this all has to do, I'm really feeling like with it kind of coming out here in your last corner, this 9 of Cups energy, I'm feeling like you guys have been denying yourself some sort of wish that you've wanted, some sort of desire that would be very fulfilling to you, would be very, okay. So I'm hearing a message right now that is basically saying that your fruits are very ripe now for like harvest, for picking. And these are the fruits of your desires. So there's a reason why stuff's being pushed to the surface, because this is something that you're actually ready to have. Like, you want this wish fulfillment to come forward now. You don't want to deny it anymore. And in order to not deny it, you've had be some breakdown happening here. The foundation, okay, so part of the foundation here that wasn't strong was this non-committal energy, okay? This like, I'm going to try it today, out tomorrow I'm not going to try it. I'm going to try it now and no, okay. It's like constantly like in and out, never really completely always there. And with the green woman coming up here, she's always speaking about like the fertility this is speaking about the fertility within you of growth, of abundance coming to the surface now, wanting to, like I said, something is ready to completely like shoot up and like grow rapidly, okay? There's going to be some sort of rapid growth here for you with the tower coming in that kind of like anchors that in even further, and you've got quite a few you've got 4 cup cards here, okay? All speaking about the need for this emotional need. This journey can't start until this all gets broken down. Whatever this foundation that was built on something from the past, from your past, potentially even as far back as your childhood, okay, it has something to do with just getting sense that there's something that couldn't be reconciled, okay, and I don't know if it can be reconciled, but there's this idea of grief or sadness or resentment over the fact that it was never reconciled or can't be reconciled from the past. Like, I don't know, there's something there. And but the general, even though this is a very heavy reading, air signs, I'm getting a sense though that it's got this element of yeah, like I want to just take it's like you're taking a breath of fresh air, like you're ready to step outside and come out of come out of this dark hole that you've kind of like been in or felt like you were in. Like and you're ready to kind of like step out and smell the green grass, smell the dew on the grass, smell the flowers. Like you're ready to kind of welcome that into your life right now. And it's going to require you to really kind of be in touch with the softer sides of you, the more emotional parts of you that have been kind of pushed down. Okay, so I'm kind of starting to repeat myself now, so I don't want to like go any further. Guys, if you need your own personal reading, if something here is kind of triggering anything, you want your own personal reading, all that information is in the description below. I love you, air signs. I hope that the last 2 weeks of October are prosperous for you, and that whatever is happening really does take root and grow. It starts to like kind of, wow, just take on its own life. It's going to take on a life of its own, is what I'm hearing. It's a life of its own. And all it takes is for you to tap into this energy, okay? As long as you stay here and you don't get scared, okay, you leave this non-committal energy behind, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And it's going to kickstart a really fast growth phase for you. Okay. Air signs, that's my reading for you. I love you. Have a wonderful month of October.